Now, hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. It's Saturday night, and this is the Red Cup Review. We want to thank everybody for joining us. Make sure to like the video. We have a new background going on because I'm actually sitting in a chair this time, and I ain't going to have a fucked up back by the time the show is over. We are now joined by the Paradox Nerd, Knickknacks Plastic Planet, Baz the Source Wall, and a brand new person to join us for the first time ever. Kenny, say what's up. Introduce yourself. Let everybody know your whole deal here.
All right. Thank you for having me. My name's Kenny. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm a film student. I go to school in the city. I major in film. I'm a fucking nerd, as you can see.
Nice.
Right now I'm working on a movie that I've been trying to get done that I've been working on for like 2 years straight. It's about a teenage kid who's depressed. He has a friend who he sees as a ghost. His friend sadly passed away, and the one thing that always made the main character's life happy was reading comic books, and he decides to take down the gang that murdered his friend, becoming a vigilante. He teams up with a detective, and it's just so much shit going on. So there you have it.
Damn, I like that. I like that premise. Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, awesome, guys. So, we could have a future, independent / possibly one day director on our hands right here. So
that's awesome. Actually, I took a lot of film classes when I was in high school and in college. Film has always been one of my favorite things, for a while. And actually, I took a film class in high school just to fall asleep. It was my senior year in high school. I just wanted to just lay low and take a nap, and it was the last period of the day, which is perfect. So, but the thing was, I was so drawn into it. My teacher was so awesome, Miss Highland. Shout out to you if you're ever listening to this. But yeah, it was just there's so many aspects to movies, and ever since I took that class, I just have like a more appreciation for it. I took it again in college. I watched so many like good movies like 12 Angry Men, Casablanca, all those things, and just you appreciate the score, the musical score, cinematography, editing. YouTubers like Knick-Knack, Rob. Editing is such a tedious process. So you can only imagine what people in movies have to do that have to incorporate like sound and score and all those things. Crazy, but that's awesome, man. I'm glad that you're pursuing something in that field.
Thank you.
What's your
No, sorry, go ahead, man. Sorry, I'll shut up.
I was gonna ask him what's give me some things like you like directors you like, movies you like, besides I don't the obvious. You don't got to go sit there and talk about Marvel movies or DC movies and stuff like that. But who do you kind of like really like and then look into as far as like influences for your own filmmaking goes?
All right, I'm assuming you guys seen Heat with Robert De Niro.
Mm-hmm. Michael Bay.
Michael Mann.
Oh, Michael Mann. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Michael Bay. I'm sorry, Michael Mann. Yeah.
It's all right.
Totally different director.
Yeah. Explosions.
Yeah.
Michael Mann, man. Holy shit. Heat is like in my top 10 favorite movies. Just like, because look, movies have layers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I love about it. Especially his work. Like I think one of his first movies that he did was a movie called Thief. Mm-hmm. Came out in like the 80s. James Caan was in it. James Caan was a bad motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Too bad he's got it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but James Caan was a badass in that movie, man. But there was a scene in that movie where in the end, I'm not going to spoil it, but he breaks into this person's house and he knocks out this one dude with the gun, and you hear a lady go, and he turns around, goes like this, and the lady's like, she sips her coffee and just watches the TV, and he's like, all right, I'm going to leave her alone. Now, the guy that he broke into the house to, he's a mob boss, and, you assume that's his wife or one of his, ladies that he fucks once in a while. And it's like, you know what? It's a layer. It's a layer. Some of you guys might disagree with me on this. You could bash me all you want, but Zack Snyder's really good too, man.
Actually, yes, he is he actually started off as a musical was it movie what's it called? Music video director, right?
Oh, I have no idea, but I
Yeah.
mean, like,
that's why what's that movie with all the girls? Sucker Punch was
Sucker
such
Punch.
a was such a music like a
Yeah.
music video.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
like, you know, I honestly, I love I love, because, Rob said not to bring up any movies, but Man of Steel, I love.
Mm-hmm.
That movie was a badass movie. I watch that like every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are gonna bash me on this. Batman vs Superman, the extended cut. The extended cut is badass.
I have to watch the extended cut.
You're in good company here, buddy. I think you're in real good company.
Yeah. As long as you
Oh.
don't say Last Jedi, we're in good company.
Oh,
yeah.
We're not
Sorry,
doing
sorry, I
that
had to
again
bring it
this
up.
week.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
I was like,
Yeah, hold on, Kenny, where do you stand on Last Jedi, man?
Baz, I'm with you on that train, homie. I'm with you, man.
All right, good.
Awesome.
All right, now you
Awesome.
are accepted to.
I'm in a fucking hole here. You assholes are fucking trying to have me climb out.
All right, so like, when you watch the extended cut of Batman vs Superman, like, look, I read the comics. I'm assuming you guys have too. We are diehard fans.
Yeah.
Doomsday wasn't supposed to be like that. Batman didn't. That whole Batman versus Superman fight should have been when they were older. But in a way, it works. I look at it this way. I can go on and on with this whole. DC has like a controversy. I've been looking at up on a lot about this shit. The CEO was supposedly he was like a Harvey Weinstein. But I'm not going to get all into that right now. But, basically the CEO wanted to have the Joker have tattoos and a grill on his teeth, make him look all nice and clean. What the fuck? And I heard somewhere, and a lot of people were confirming this, that Zack Snyder had Bryan Cranston up for as Lex Luthor. And didn't even want Doomsday in the movie. He was going to wait for that. And he was going to have Metallo as the other villain.
Wow.
And Willem Dafoe, I don't know how true this is, but Willem Dafoe was supposed to be the Joker instead of Volko and Aquaman, right? Volko. But anyways, back to directing. Like I would say is Snyder, Michael Mann, Christopher Nolan, Martin Scorsese. I'm an oldie guy.
Yep. Scorsese, man, one of the best.
What about Tarantino?
Oh man, Tarantino!
Yeah.
I want to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, that one looks good.
I just watched for the first time the other night The Hateful Eight.
I haven't seen that yet.
That was pretty cool, man. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was slow, but it's Tarantino movie, man. It's really good.
Yeah, of course, a lot of dialogue. Right?
Yeah. A lot of dialogue, but another director. He's more like a creator, but yeah, he directed some episodes. Breaking Bad.
Oh, what's his name?
Vince Gilligan.
Yeah.
Breaking
One
Bad.
of the best TV shows ever made, and they did it right. They did it in 5 seasons. They didn't drag it out. They didn't try to get more money. Which a lot of the story ended the way where you want it to end, and
and now, but check this out. Okay, so they have Better Call Saul, which I'm all caught up now. And now they're coming out with a movie. It's taking place after Jesse escapes, and Vince Gilligan is writing and directing it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because he always wanted to, because people are like, oh man, Jesse got out, good. But it also leaves you to like, oh man, his prints were in that lab. What the fuck? What if he gets caught? For those who haven't seen the show, and it also leaves you, I'm not going to say the names or whatever, but it leaves you to that point where it's like, oh shit, is he still alive? Because when the camera goes up, like at a bird's eye view, you see the cop going like this, and as soon as he turns around and is about to say something, it's black. So I mean, I don't know that everything. And look, in a movie, everything has layers.
Yeah.
So.
Great influences, man.
Yeah, great list, man. Scorsese's and Full Metal Jacket director. Oh my gosh, Stanley Kubrick. Yes.
Yeah.
Stanley
man.
Kubrick ahead of his time. And
what was that guy's name? Fuck. Oh, Apocalypse Now. Francis Ford
Coppola.
Coppola, yeah.
Whose son is actually was in it Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Nick Cage. We'll leave it at that. But
who saw Mandy? Anybody see Mandy with Nicolas Cage?
I want to see it. How is it?
Yeah, I saw like maybe the first 20 minutes. It looks insane.
Oh,
insane.
Good insane or bad insane?
Good insane. It's like it'll definitely fry your brain watching it. It's just nuts.
He did a movie, Nicolas Cage. It was man, I mean it had such a great story, but like some of the actors, I was like, what are you doing? It was like so bad. But it's a movie called The Rage. And
Cage Rage.
Yeah, Cage Rage. It had a really good story. But it went a different route with the actors. And Nicolas Cage had on like a wig because I guess he's losing his hair now. He looked like Count Dracula.
Yo, didn't he name his son Kal-El?
No.
Really? Yeah, I think he named his son Kal-El. Yeah.
Oh god! Wow.
Yeah, he's a big fan.
Oh well, yeah. Damn, that's dedication. Holy shit, man. Kal-El. Imagine like going to school with that name.
I know.
My son
Kal-El
named Grayson. I mean, I guess Kal-El's a little bit more out there. So.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody's on board. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna move the show along, and we're gonna start looking at some collectibles. And somebody mentioned about Swamp Thing. We're gonna get to that shortly thereafter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna do the screen share bullshit because we are like 2 weeks backed up on this nonsense. So we're gonna screen share. We're gonna click here. We're gonna share.
Yeah, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives came out too.
Yeah. Let me know if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing.
Ooh, Chubbies. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, I'm seeing some porno. Wait.
Yeah, right.
That's
Seeing some porno.
So we're gonna start off on the Sideshow site. This is the nonsense that's come out this week. I don't know, a couple of statues here. Again, I only look at the shit that I'm kind of interested in. If anything piques your interest, guys, let me know ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure no one gives a shit about these SpongeBob little figure.
I do.
$560.
Can we talk about that?
You're the worst.
560. Wait, 560 bucks? Can you, no. Wait, it is $560.
For this.
Are you kidding me?
For a giant, looks like a fucking Lego.
Oh my god! You know what, man? Like Sideshow. Like, look, I collect some Sideshow. I sold my beautiful Superman statue in order to get a Prime 1. I'm getting the Prime 1 Dark Knight Returns Batman.
Oh, nice! Congrats, man. That's a beautiful piece.
That is very beautiful piece. And I sold that Arkham Asylum Batman, which honestly I didn't like. I don't even know why the fuck I bought it. But right now I'm stuck with, and I'm never getting rid of this. The first ever premium format Batman, where he's standing on the gargoyle.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece.
And I just got one from my uncle.
You don't have that piece?
Me?
No, Kenny, you don't have that. You have that Batman piece where he's standing on the gargoyle, right?
Yeah, no, I have that one. I sold the other one where he's on the Arkham Asylum stand.
Okay, right.
Where he's like this. And I got another one where he's in a Batcave. And I got to take a picture of it. I'll put it up on the community page. But on the Sideshow thing, man, it's like, because Prime 1 is like is running the business now. And like Sideshow is distributing this stuff, but it's like, if you want to sell your original Sideshow piece, like, okay, I had a Superman. I bought that thing for $400. No one's gonna buy that for $400 now. Someone's gonna want that for $150 to $200. Luckily, I sold mine for $250. The reason why, because look, Prime 1's running the game now. They're killing everything.
You're talking about what Superman piece?
He's it was the original one. Oh no, not the Christopher Reeve one. He's standing on the Krypton.
The one that goes along with the Wonder Woman and the Batman that you're talking about, right? Where he's standing on the gargoyle.
Yeah, and Superman's looking up like this. He looks like the Alex Ross Superman.
Yeah. I was actually thinking.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about getting that to be a complimentary piece to the piece that I had gotten recently. Again, from a guy through Darth Castle. Shout outs to Darth Castle and Thor specifically, because he convinced me to buy the giant Wonder Woman from that, which is still, I haven't seen a statue. I don't care how awesome the Prime ones and all these other statues look.
Yeah.
And they all look great. It's like another one of those
man.
cases where like they all look fucking awesome. The new Bane looks great.
Oh,
but
you see that Bane? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wish I didn't sell that Superman, but like, look, when I get older, I can easily get it back. I can, it's gonna cost some money, but I can easily get it back. But that piece was so beautiful, man. Look, you want to know how to display that piece right? You have it standing. If you're gonna get a Batman, get the right Batman that you want. Don't get the complimentary piece. Like, but if you want to, that's all on you. Oh man, that Superman was so beautiful. Like how I had it set up, I had like 4 LED lights. I'd put one on the left side of the bottom of the statue, and one side of the right, and then I have 2 of them shining down like that. That piece was like, to me, that's like the definition of Superman.
Nice.
It was so defining and everything.
The one
Did you ever see the Superpowers Batman statue? I think it's Tweeterhead or something.
Yeah.
Which one?
I actually really like that one because that's like the Jose Luis Batman, the Superpowers version.
Oh,
yeah, it's a Superpowers line.
But they're smaller though. Those are good. Like, not that like you got to have a big statue, but for like smaller statues, that's like I actually really like that line. But I heard that
they're like they're straight up classic Bronze Age depictions of the characters.
Mm-hmm. I like that classic clean look, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever seen the Dark Knight Prime 1. I mean, they just put out 2 of them. They have one where he has where he's wearing in the blue outfit. I love that one, but the first one that they put out, man, dude, it looks so gritty. It looks so gritty, and that is just a beast of a piece. I seen that statue in person. I think, it was at shit they had at that Forbidden Planet in the city, that comic store.
Yeah.
I looked at it like, because I didn't know it was there. They ever sold that stuff. I was looking at it. I was like, oh, yo, it's just the details on this thing. And I asked one of the guys if they could change the heads and the arms. They did, and it was so beautiful, man. I think the thing is 3 feet tall, so I had to get rid of a lot of shit in my room. Like I didn't get it for the price that it came out as, because my uncle was selling it to me, and he gave it to me for like $650. That right there is like a steal, because Prime 1 is putting it out for like almost $1,200-1,500. So I was like, this is a steal, and he's like, yeah, it is a steal. So I said, fuck it, and I bought it. Now I just gotta wait for it to come in the mail, and this thing is 2 boxes. It's 2 boxes. So and I did the measurements and everything. So when it comes, I'll display it for like a little bit, take some pics, put it right back in the box, because I trust my little brother and sister, but God forbid, man, God forbid.
You come home.
I come home, I see Batman's head up his ass. I'm like,
I was gonna say is Prime 1 is killing it, man. If to me they are the best in the game right now. Their statues are phenomenal, and but Sideshow's not distributing any of their new statues. I think they separated.
Really?
Yeah.
My voice.
They separated. I think to get the newer pieces, you have to go through their to Prime 1's website, and and actually they're doing an awesome thing. So you guys should definitely jump on it. It's actually free. It's free, $50. All you got to do is register on their website, and you automatically get $50.
Honestly, man,
towards a future statue and shit.
Yeah, I mean, Still, that's
good.
That's $50. I mean,
yeah.
who
I mean,
who does that?
Honestly, look, I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. Once I get, because that, that statue is like already mine, but like that Prime One, honestly, I think that's gonna be the only. Yeah, that will be the only Prime One I'll ever get. Those things are too big. Okay, the boxes are even fucking bigger. Like the Batman one, the sideshow, the first sideshow that they did of Batman. That box is like the size of my little sister.
Yeah,
like the height. And
the Wonder Woman box is bigger than Zoe. It's fucking huge, man.
Damn. Oh, what do you think of that Wonder Woman?
Oh, sorry. So hold on. Now we're gonna switch to this shit. I gotta fucking open this up here. Hold on, fellas.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're screen sharing your. Okay.
Stop. Okay, I stopped the screen share because I gotta bounce back and forth and shit. All right, here it is. Thor was like, "You better show it off on the show." There you go, Thor. This one's for you, buddy. All right, this fucking thing is massive. It's just awesome. Let me see if I can get a.
Oh shit! My Uncle Pat's in the house.
Love this. I absolutely love this stamp, and it's the what you call too. It's the exclusive, so it comes with the switch out.
Nice.
The switch out shield hand, so it's got the
wow, nice.
I love that shield, man.
This shit is dope. So you got the shield, and then obviously the hand, and that's how it pegs in to where the axe is. Now Grayson loves the axe, so he wants the axe shown, and Zoe likes the shield because it's more colorful. Mm-hmm. So I kind of go back and forth and switch them out. The only thing that's kind of beat is that the shield is plastic.
Oh man, yeah. See,
that's not the same quality as the rest of the statue. It's nice. It looks nice. It looks fine. Once you put it on, it looks fine. But yeah, hold it. It's like, all right. It's I don't know if they did that for weight purposes or they were like, all right, it's an exclusive, so we're gonna go with plastic instead of polystone or whatever the hell it is, resin or whatever the fuck this thing is.
Yeah, I mean, check this out. You got to be careful with the Sideshow the products because, look, check this out. Say if there's like a chip on it, or on Wonder Woman's staff that she's holding on, say for it breaks. You know what you have to do? You're gonna email Sideshow, and then you know what they're gonna tell you? All right,
smash the statue, right?
Smash the goddamn statue, and we will ship you another one.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, I didn't get this off. I got this through a guy. I didn't get this through Sideshow directly.
All right. I mean, I don't know. I still believe you can. I mean, don't quote me on this, but you gotta. I mean, look more into it. But I think you can still do that even if you buy it off somebody. Because I seen videos I'm all on these statue collector groups. I mean, I'm never gonna buy any of these. I just look at them for fun. They're amazing to look at. I seen videos. This guy, oh my god, it was so sad. This guy smashed up a Hulk piece, the original Iron Man where he's holding the flag. Oh my god! And guess what? Sideshow doesn't even make those statues anymore.
Oops.
Yeah. So he broke it. And me being the lovely asshole that I am, I said, "Hey, buddy, just giving you a big heads up. Sideshow does not make those statues anymore." He was so pissed off. Oh, guys, he was so pissed off, and he's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I could." And then I'm like, "Yeah, you could have gotten to somebody, one of these statue guys, and they could have made you another piece of that statue."
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, imagine that, man.
Man.
There's a picture that's circulating of the Ghostbuster on the motorcycle just smashed. It's like a giant glass cabinet that's just fucking.
Oh my god!
Ghost Rider destroys the Marvel universe.
Yeah, and he's like, and he's all perfect. He's like,
he's perfect on the motorcycle, like smashed all his fucking thousands of dollars worth of shit.
He's like this, yeah. Fuck you for not putting me in the MCU. Oh my god, that was a waste.
Absolutely.
That whole
ridiculous.
Oh man. Damn.
All right, here we're gonna go.
Let's check out Flash, man.
Yeah, Flash Gordon. Here we go. You guys seeing this shit?
Oh man.
Here we go.
Jesus.
This is pretty good price at $200, and they're offering free shipping on it, which is pretty wild. If you ordered this through the Big Chief Studios website itself, it comes with a signed plaque, like a small signed plaque, signed by Sam Jones, and I believe it's $240, I want to say, or $230 or something like that. But I don't think it's free shipping. But So it's like I guess it would wind up being like 250 or 260 roughly if you went with the signed edition. But 200's not bad for this, man. I'm seeing like I've seen pictures of this. People holding it and stuff. I don't know if they're all holding the same prototype, but the shit looks pretty dope. And people are telling me that Big Chief is got some dope stuff. I don't own any of it, but I think it looks good. I think it looks just like Sam Jones. I think they did a really fucking dynamite job with the head sculpt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that a must order for you, Rob?
Well, this was on my must order list, but because I have that signed Jets helmet I show off every once in a while of Sam Jones, and I was like, oh, this is gonna look great next to that, and then this stupid ass Wonder Woman statue came along, and I was like, you know what? I pretty much paid the same price for the Wonder Woman statue that I would be paying for this, a little bit more, and I was like, at this point, I'm actually looking at my collection now, and I'm in the process of trimming it down. Like I'm gonna do like a serious trim that's gonna make all your fucking heads explode. Like as far as even like some Star Wars trimming and some Batman stuff I'm gonna get rid of. Just for the sake of, I think I'm gonna wind up taking a page out of what's his face's book, PJ. I always forget his name. It's the guy that Jason Bond. He does the show with his kid.
Yeah.
The Odd Couple. He has those the custom shelves up. I think I'm gonna go with the custom shelves and kind of just. I have to go through like one of those Ginsu knife type, completely trim the collection down situation. I know that's like blasphemy to knick-knack because he doesn't have to sell anything. But and then you got this piece, and this actually I think looks even better.
Wow.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Wow.
I mean, this is a crazy. It's like you're gonna get so I'm not the type of guy that has to get both, right? So I'd get just the Sam Jones because I have the helmet to go along with it and would look great. But you look at this and it's like, holy shit! I mean, this is a fucking dynamite. The way they did the clothes on this figure is ridiculous.
You got to get Space Hitler, man. There you go, hail, 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 man.
And I love the Flash Gordon. I love Flash Gordon in the movie. It's great. It's good old campy fun. I mean, Baz looks like the fucking Flash Gordon's right hand man for Christ.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Voltan.
So and that's actually the next wave. The next wave is Prince what's his face? James Bond. The Prince forget his name. The guy who played James Bond.
Oh yeah. Prince Baron. Prince Baron.
Yeah.
Who? Timothy Dalton.
Yeah. The next two
Dalton. Sorry.
And Voltan.
Are they making Voltan?
Yeah, those are the next two to come out.
Oh, that's a must buy for me.
Baz, you should cosplay as him at a Comic-Con.
Yeah, I just got to get the wings. The wings is the tough thing.
So those two come out. They're both great, which is weird because it says here the Ming is $250 here, but the Ming is actually cheaper. If you go through the other site, what the hell is it? The Big Chief Studio site, and you buy both of them together, they come out to about $220 a piece, and that's with the signed version.
Yeah,
Gordon.
Well, that's Sideshow mark it up so they could make some money themselves.
Obviously, yeah. So
yeah, because actually, Hot Toys is cheap. Yeah, I was looking at the John Wick figure, like the pre-order. You know how much it is in Hong Kong?
Was it like 160?
190?
Oh wow. Yeah. It's like what prices used to be, what they should still kind of be for a figure like that.
Yeah, but it's just that, Sideshow gets them and then marks them up so that they can make some money off of it.
Obviously,
so
yeah.
What's crazy? I remember Sideshow putting out like their own type of Hot Toys. Like I used to I gave them away because I'm an asshole. I used to have. I
like that. I gave him away because I'm an asshole, but it's not like, oh, I gave him away because I'm a nice guy. But
yeah, I had the Monsters Universe, the Wolfman.
The classic ones.
Yeah, there you go.
Shit, those were their first ones, I believe.
Yeah, I'm an asshole.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I had that, Nosferatu, and Frankenstein, the OG Frankenstein. I had one of the Jason Voorhees, I had a Michael Myers, and I had a Freddy. All gone. I snapped them away like Thanos.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long have any of you guys been in the collecting as far as Sideshow goes? I can remember, like, I first got introduced to Sideshow back in 06 when they first got the 1/6 scale, or we used to call them 12-inch line from Hasbro as far as Star Wars goes. And the first Sideshow piece I ever got was the Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. And it's amazing looking back on it, but I paid $50 for that piece. And I thought that was a lot back then. I thought that was a lot. I'm like, well, this is really just a special collectible, and I can only get a couple of these. But yeah, that sort of like started it for me. I don't remember if any of you guys remember how far back you guys go as far as a customer goes with Sideshow Collectibles.
I started collecting like Sideshow around Jesus, man. 2015 or no, 2014. Yeah, because that's when I got my the Batman, but and then I got the other Batman and the Superman, and that was
I remember when you first started getting those statues, and I was like, this kid's out of his fucking mind. Giant fucking statues like this is fucking crazy, you know. But you know, here we are.
Yeah, I mean, look, do you know what? They're such beautiful pieces, you know. They really the amount of detail they put in them, and even Sideshow's original pieces, like honestly, like, you know, if I had like my own like fucking house and shit, and I won the lottery, dude, I'd track down all the old original Sideshow statues. Like they had this one Hulk. Oh man. This Hulk was badass. Like they gave him that cranium head, that Frankenstein head.
Yeah.
Like Jack Kirby style, and he was just standing there like this, dude. And they had the Doctor Doom on the throne. And that was a big one for me. But
yeah, I like the Hulk with like the big forehead, because it like kind of harkens back to like Frankenstein a little bit.
Yeah, and I think they even did that to Mark Ruffalo, like a little bit. Like they gave a little bit of detail to that. But once they brought in that bullshit Hulk, oh my god, don't get me started on that, man. I didn't like that shit. Hulk that kids.
Yeah, that Hulk, the OG Hulk, and I think they're selling for an average of 5,000 in the aftermarket. I think they had an OG Gray Hulk that they released. I think it was an exclusive or something, but that sold. A guy from Jersey sold it for like $10,000.
You can go wash my ass for $10,000.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So what do you think of this rescue for $407?
I was just going to say, speaking of overpriced. This is ridiculous, man.
And it's actually, I think 350, 340 in Hong Kong. I think
that's still like. I mean, I don't even think that this figure. I don't think any of the diecast should be in the 400 range. I'm sorry. They were all like, weren't they originally when they first started doing these diecast things, like 2 years ago, like 340, 320 or some shit. Now they're doing 407 for a much smaller. She's a smaller body character, obviously. I don't know. To me, this is just a fucking huge cash grab and a bang over the head. I mean, how are you going to justify $407 on fucking a blue Iron Man Pepper Potts? I don't know.
Rob, watch this. I guarantee, mark my words, they're going to do like a bunch of variants on her, just like they did Tony.
Oh, hell yeah. You're going to get like the pink version of some bullshit. You'll get her like
a rainbow version. Dude,
I mean, yeah, you know, again, all these fucking things look cool. The face sculpt is actually pretty spot on for.
Really, I didn't think the face sculpt was spot on. Yeah, I think the what's that called? The Pepper Potts that they released for the Iron Man 3 movie. That one was pretty spot on.
I didn't even know they did one for Iron Man 3.
You think this one's a step back for them?
Yeah, it just looks like a generic. It looks generic. I mean. I have to see it face forward because that's on the side, but
I guess it's maybe it's my imagination filling in the gaps from just knowing who it is a little bit. Because that kind of happens too. Like, oh, all right, I recognize her as Gwyneth.
Yeah, no, I don't think they nailed it either. Yeah, looking at it,
yeah, it just looks like a generic, Barbie doll face sculpt.
You're not getting. I'm guessing you're not. This isn't going to be for you then, PJ.
I don't know.
Here we go.
No. You got to think about it. Oh,
no, the thing is, if you see, the thing is, I'm not sure if they're going to release any variants. If they do, it'd probably be like a Toy Fair exclusive. But people went crazy in Hong Kong trying to pick this up. crazy. Like lines were like blocks. And I think Secret Base goes all the way upstairs, so the lines were going all the way up like the flights of stairs. So
insane. I don't understand. Like these characters are this possible. This is like a fucking F-list character. Like
the thing is, it's not popular here, but in Asia, I think Iron Man is like such a popular figure or character.
Yeah, it's anything with mechs. I've noticed anything mech or robot based. They go over there. Anything that kind of looks like a robot or something.
I'll tell you one thing, man. Once Sideshow releases Professor Hulk. Oh, by the way, shout out to my friend Brad. I believe he's watching this right now.
Nice. Good
luck, buddy, with whatever. Watch once they release the Professor Hulk for Hot Toys, people are gonna go crazy for that. You know, I feel like that's gonna be either one top seller or either a Fat Thor.
The Fat Thor, I think, is the one that everyone's kind of really fucking losing.
I'd get a Fat Thor with the both hammers, right?
Yeah,
man. That would be really cool.
Yeah. The thing is with
I gotta say, I would honestly, take that $407 and go down to the sketchy massage parlor on the corner and spend it on a Gwyneth Paltrow action figure. I'm sorry, hashtag priorities, gentlemen. Hashtag priorities there.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one, on that one. But I was gonna say, Professor Hulk. I feel like, I don't know if it's gonna sell. I don't know. It's just that character sucked in the movie, in my opinion.
Dude, man, I wanted to see. The Hulk I wanted to see.
The Hulk you saw in the other fucking 10 movies they already released.
Yeah,
yeah, but the Hulk didn't do anything in this movie. He gave his freaking taco to Ant-Man or something in this. He didn't do anything.
He
did. He did do the snap.
Yeah, he did the snap. I mean, but it's like I wanted to see the Hulk. I didn't want to see Clark Kent green.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. They and what I think they messed up the order, right? Wasn't the Secret Wars that came first, and then Infinity War, and then Civil War?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're going into now.
When Hulk was holding up the Avengers Tower, though, that was kind of like an homage to Secret Wars, I think.
Yeah, I thought of that too. When he's underneath and the mountain's crushing on him and he's holding it up, that was right out of fucking Secret Wars.
That was famous.
All right, here's another one that we missed last week. Jon Snow. I know that this isn't Nick Fieldhouse. I think it looks.
She's my queen.
Good.
She's my queen.
You want me to bend the knee?
Did you see PJ? Do you watch the show?
Yeah.
All right. So me and Baz are not. We'll keep this short because I know that Nick Knack doesn't watch the show.
I watched the first season, but kind of lost me after that.
We were not fans of this last season at all.
Yeah, well, it's kind of expected though. See, the things for me, George R.R. Martin is like a fantastic writer. It's like he's a unique writer. It takes years for him to write a book, right?
Years.
Obviously, I think 10 years sometimes. I think that was like the longest. I think people had to wait in between books, but I could be wrong. So. Yeah, he's a very unique writer, and to try to replace that with just your average writer is going to show, man. Like the first 5 seasons, I believe, or 6, they were still following the books. They're taking everything pretty much from the books, or changing little things here and there. But that's the only thing that the writers have to do, and the directors is kind of change things here and there, and just try to make it a little bit more TV friendly. Now, if you have no source material, your writing is going to show, right? If you're not a good writer and all you're doing was just plagiarizing from, I don't know, I want to say plagiarizing. That's a little strong word, but if you're just basically just going off source material straight from the book, yeah, it's, I don't know. I wasn't expecting much out of this last season, and yeah, I mean,
we just thought it was like rushed and kind of like almost like watching a show in fast forward.
Yeah, I mean, because they really had nothing. They were just like, oh well, this is the bullet. It's like George R.R. Martin gave them the bullet points, right? So imagine you're the writer and you're like, oh shit, like this is it, like this is the end of the last book. and your only thing you have is like bullet points for like what is supposed to happen, right? Oh, Jon Snow's supposed to do this.
No, but all they had to do was just stretch the shit out over another fucking season or something. They could have, these guys ran off and went to go. They're going to do Star Wars now, and they were like, "All right, we're out. Here's your fucking six episodes. Peace. See you later."
Yeah, the thing is, 6 episodes for a year and a half. They had like a year or almost 2 years, right? To
2 years they had.
Yeah, so you could
when you're used to them having 10 episodes per season, you got 7 episodes or 8 or whatever it was, and then 6 in the last 2 seasons, and it was like Jesus Christ,
Yeah, because they had nothing, man. They were struggling. They were struggling in season 7. I don't know if you guys noticed that, like some of the stuff there, you felt like, okay, that was pretty quick. Like they go from, I remember like they were like all the way up north or something like that, and they sailed down, I don't know, to whatever. And it was just like a span of 5 minutes. And I'm like,
they got from one side of the continent to the other. I remember that.
Yeah. So
what lost me on that show? What lost me on that show? Just going back to season 1. This is the only thing I can really break in about Game of Thrones. What lost me about that show was the goddamn pigeons, man. Those things were more reliable than my cell phone carrier. I mean, seriously, it was like. It was like they'd send a pigeon out or one of those birds, and it's like 5 minutes later, no, so and so is shit. Kind of lost me on that. It was like, yeah.
The Jon Snow figure is $188.
Yeah,
and even though it's not
a good price,
it's a fantastic price. I mean, it's not Hot Toys quality level sculpting, but at the same time, I mean, that's a fucking amazing price, dude, for the clothing quality and everything else, especially if you're a fan of the show.
Yeah,
I'll tell you one thing, because like right now I'm on season 3. I love the Hound.
Yeah.
The Hound is a badass dude.
He's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
it gets better. So that's all we have as far as Sideshow goes. We're gonna talk about Sideshow again in a moment. But this is something that I was supposed to talk about last week and didn't get to. So once again, we're going to go right back into the stupid ass fucking screen share. And we're going to lower this. And we're going to go to the Mezco Magneto figure. Baz, what do you think?
Yeah, he's pretty damn good.
I think he looks pretty good. He got a lot of shit originally for him being like they called him the camel toe. He had like the little pussy going on in the front. and they got shit for that, but I don't know. I think it looks fucking pretty dope. One thing I'm not that crazy about is that they should have I like the face sculpt on it.
Now those are magnetized, right? His accessories, those bubbles,
those hands, this hand thing that he has here going on.
Yeah,
they're actually. He looks like Rutger Hauer here. Actually, I like that.
Oh,
pretty fucking dope. Good unmasked head sculpt. Here's where
it's a moose knuckle, by the way.
Moose knuckle. There you go. Camel toe moose knuckle, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. He needed it. He needed the helmet without the face in it for him to fucking carry and hold. And they should have made the helmet metal so that he could have held it in one of these fucking things with his hands. So these things are magnetized. What the fuck are you really gonna put on these things? Okay, so the gimmick is that they're magnetized, but he doesn't come with anything to put on it that he would like. There's no like steel beam or anything. So to me, that's just fucking pointless. Like I can't stand when figures come up with like these stupid ass gimmicks, like light features that I never use. I just think are ridiculous. I hate light up features. I know some people that do like
really.
I hate light up features because I never put them on, and the fucking batteries drain in 5 minutes. It's like the shit goes on my cabinet, and when I got
I was talking about like light up features for statues. I feel like they're pretty, especially for a lightsaber.
Oh man. That Darth Vader was badass.
Yeah, and for me, like if you light all of them up and close the lights, and just stay.
They're fucking great if you got an AC adapter, but if it's running off batteries, that's horseshit.
Exactly, man. I understand that. Like if you're gonna plug them in and like exactly and have that shit on while you're just hanging out, that's cool. But again, like these smaller figures, like the Cyclops is going to come with the blast effects and the light up eyes, and the Iron Man comes with the shit light up. I wish they would just use their painters and paint it to look like it's already lit up. Like I would never have my Iron Man figure without the eyes lit up, right? Or the repulsor in the middle of his chest. So just paint the fucking thing really well to make it look like it's always on. You know, I'm never gonna shut the fucking lights off in my house and just have his eyes on. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna bump into shit. You know, so
Yeah,
it just makes no sense to me. You know, it'd be cool for pictures. And I got into an argument with a guy online who was like, "Well, we're photographers, and you know, we actually appreciate that stuff." And I'm like, dude, like, I get it. Action figure photography. I do it once in a while too. I do it for my videos and shit. But they don't look that way when you put them on your shelf. Like, I'm gonna take I'm the type of guy that's gonna take a picture. It's gonna be a picture of my family. I'm not gonna have a bunch of pictures of just action figures on my phone. You know?
Yeah, I think those guys, they're, you know, and especially the Hot Toys photographers. I know, have you seen some of them? BG Toy Art, absolutely amazing. And he's the one that, like, he releases the what's that called? I'm gonna pull them up for you. He's the one that releases it for Hot Toys whenever their product's about to release. Let me just pull it up for you, and I'll kind of show it to you guys. I mean, this guy is in a whole different level. And let me screen share it for you. Let me see. Let me know if you guys can see it. So here it is. So this is BG Toy Art, and you see, like, some of the stuff that he does.
What?
Phenomenal! It's almost like the movie.
That's insane. Wow.
So, yeah.
It looks good. Here I come now with Mr. Sour Grapes. All right, this shit looks great. It looks great to sell.
Stop being so sour.
No,
Enjoy.
fucking
Appreciate it.
Look like that when it's on your goddamn shelf.
Yeah, but I mean, if you wanted to, it's just, hey, it's art. It's an art form.
That's an ugly looking Flash.
Yeah, it is.
Yo, oh my god, man, that Flash is so bad.
Yeah, but I mean, you see some of the stuff that he does. It's great, you know. So
it definitely looks like that one looks legit. That looks like
should they recast the Flash or what?
I honestly,
no, they're not doing that Flash anymore.
yeah,
they're not going to. Yeah, so recast them, right? I don't particularly like that actor too much.
Yeah,
I mean, look, I heard the Snyder Cut's still going, and I hope it's still going because I'll be one of the first people to buy that shit.
Yeah,
Snyder.
and going back to what you referenced with Snyder being an awesome director, I know he's got a lot of flack, but if he had, like, no restrictions, I think everything would have been so good.
He really had no freedom. He had no freedom to do whatever he like. Man of Steel, he had freedom.
Mhm.
Batman vs Superman, here and there, like.
And Justice League, I mean, I know what happened to him, and I feel bad, like, with his daughter.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Joss Whedon came in and made it lighter than it should be. But the trilogy that he had planned, and that's all connecting, you know, Man of Steel.
His 5-movie arc, I love that. I love that idea, man.
Oh, you saw that? Yeah, the one that Kevin Smith talked about.
Yeah.
With Darkseid and everything connecting.
Man.
Oh,
Dude.
man.
Honestly, like, look, here's the thing about movies. Like, okay, if you're gonna take what's his phrase? If you're say if you're gonna take Flash, and change the whole entire story, you better make it good.
Mhm.
You better, because look, it's supposed to look. Movies supposed to have different takes on it. You know, they're not always supposed to, but, like, if someone had a different take on Spider-Man, hey, do a different take on Spider-Man. Maybe Uncle Ben was abusive. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of different takes, like, I didn't mind, like, people, like, got all upset about the B versus S take on Lex Luthor. Like, I thought that was a pretty good take, because originally Lex Luthor was like a mad scientist around in the 1930s, 1940s. That's what was popular back then, mad scientist villains. And then in, like, around the 80s, Lex Luthor was like a businessman, a tycoon, kind of like Trump or like a Wall Street guy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now what they did is who has the most power now? It's like Silicon Valley type guys like Zuckerberg. So that was that take on it. And I thought he did a good job. And the script was good. I mean, that scene on the rooftop where he confronts Superman I thought was amazing. And then when he
like,
honestly,
honestly,
I love that take, Baz. I love that take about the Silicon Valley Zuckerberg kind of thing. I dig that, man. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were going for. That's what Zach said. So, it's keeping up with the times. You know.
Yeah, but like then again, I also heard that Snyder wanted and had Bryan Cranston up to be Lex Luthor, like
Mhm.
you know, bald, the businessman. I honestly, he would have killed that movie, man.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely. That would have been definitely the safe route of going with
But that CEO was like, "Nah, let's do what basically what Baz said. Let's follow with up with the times."
Yeah.
And Snyder was like, had to kiss his ass and was like, "All right." And then that came with the whole Justice League controversy thing, man. They fired him because he wanted to spend time like with his family after that whole thing with his daughter. Really, you're gonna?
So when do they go back to make Justice League 2? When do you think? How long do you think it's going to take?
I don't
They're
think
not-
they're ever gonna do
No, they're
Justice
not going to
League.
do that for a while.
I had a conversation with one of the guys that was watching with us last week that was in the chat during the week, and he was like, yo, they're still going through with it. They're still doing it. They're still doing it. You don't, again, I mentioned this a few weeks ago. You don't come out with a fucking Aquaman movie that makes $1 billion and then say the next one's coming out in 5 years. Stupid.
Well, Aquaman, they're making another Aquaman. That's for sure. But
No,
they're not.
It's gonna be in like I think it's like 2023 or something or 2024.
What?
No, I think it's sooner because I saw Jason Momoa in his Instagram that he went and signed a contract with the Warner Brothers or something.
You're right, man. Because the last thing I heard was that it's fucking like down the pipeline.
No, they're.
Man of Steel 2, that's off the fucking table now. So
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I thought. Wait, is it Wonder Woman that's delayed for a while?
Yeah, it comes out next year.
That's okay.
Isn't it?
which is
Wonder
just
Woman
ridiculous.
2020, right?
Made already. Like the movie was supposed to come out this year. It's not coming out again until next summer, which means the next one after that ain't gonna come for 2 to 3 years after that. It's ridiculous. That's why I can't stand when they're like, oh, we have to pick young actors, young actors, young actors. You don't. They got Robert Downey Jr. when he was 40 years old. He's 52 now. If you have these movies come out with a competent studio, if they just make DC films and have Warner Brothers stay the fuck, keep their hands out of the cookie jar, this wouldn't be an issue. That's why Marvel and Disney succeeds and DC doesn't. We could sit here and talk about how much we love the Man of Steel movies and DC's. Yeah. We're all DC guys here for the most part. I know PJ's more of a Marvel guy, but
Star Wars.
Whatever. We're not talking Star Wars, please.
Prequels. Episode 1.
That being said, they need to just stay the fuck away and let the
professionals
handle this shit.
Yeah.
Yo, Kenny, what do you think of Robert Pattinson as Batman?
Listen, man. Honestly, at first I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You really?" But then I'm like, "Wait a minute." I said the same exact thing about Ben Affleck.
Yep, me too.
I said the same thing about Ben Affleck, and I loved Ben Affleck.
Yeah, he did an awesome job.
Badass.
Yeah.
Joss Whedon made the Justice League movie and turned it into the Avengers. What's up? What the hell? Uncle Pat, come here.
Oh, we have another Uncle Pat?
Yeah, my uncle. This is like an old Tony Stark. I'm doing.
Ask him what he thinks about Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Yeah, what do you think about Robert Pattinson? He doesn't know. What was I saying? All right, that was like his parents. Fucking wacko. But anyways, and I love him. But look, Ben Affleck killed it. Josh Whedon took the Justice League and basically made it the Avengers 1 again. If you look at the similarities, man.
Yep.
Superman going crazy was the Hulk going crazy in the first Avengers. Batman was a Nick Fury recruiting. No, that's not how the Justice League went. Okay, but a lot of people.
Batman was soft in that, right? He was so soft,
dude. What's your superpowers? I'm rich. See, I can see Superman and Batman saying that, but like what? Like him smiling. I didn't like that. But anyways, look, people said that Ledger couldn't do it as a Joker. May he rest in peace. People said that even Downey Jr. couldn't do it as Iron Man. Look at him now. He is Iron Man. Even with Michael Keaton, he's a comedian. He's Beetlejuice. He can't do it.
Mr. Mom. He was Mr. Mom before he was Batman.
Yeah. And dude, look at him now, man. Batman. You know, he can, dude. I honestly think that Pattinson could do it. He better kill it. He better freaking kill it. I'll tell you that much.
So I heard there's going to be a bunch of villains, like most of his rogues gallery in the movie. It's not going to be where it's one or two. There's going to be like a bunch of them.
Yeah, but I mean, then again, I also heard like this is a rumor that it's basically the main two are going to be Penguin and Catwoman. I mean, Batman Returns. Anyone? Hello?
So we're doing Batman Returns.
But I heard that Matt Reeves is following a little bit of Ben Affleck's script. That Ben Affleck script was basically the almost storyline of Batman Arkham Asylum, the video game. That's pretty dope, man. Just like dude, oh man, imagine like
that's basically Die Hard with Batman.
Yeah. You know, a couple months ago, I had an idea of like, holy shit, like what if John Carpenter did a Batman movie? Hey, that'd be pretty sick, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it would be like Escape from Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
That'd be like I was thinking about it, like, oh, that'd be pretty sick, and his soundtracks are awesome. You know, he's like another one in my top 5 directors. Because look, the thing with Batman is, and the whole Arkham Asylum thing, I play the game every like once a year or whatever. So yeah, but like that game was creepy. The story was creepy. Okay, you had those weird fucking characters. Carpenter could have went a lot with that storyline, man. You know, and it's just it's all about different styles and different actors. Like, look, it doesn't matter if you look the part. If you look the part, hey, that's great. But you gotta you want to be Batman, man.
Hey, did you see Dredd?
Dredd, which one?
Carl Urban, the one with Carl Urban.
Yeah, a very long time ago.
Because that kind of like reminded me of like John Carpenter, the direction on there, but it wasn't Carpenter.
Right.
But it was kind of like a Carpenter kind of film.
I gotta watch it again, but
yeah.
You know, look, honestly, I think Pattinson will do good because honestly, I don't think DC ever messed up on any of their castings. Right? I mean, but
except Jared Leto. I mean, Jared Leto.
Well, yeah, besides Jared Leto, I mean, but you know, like I was watching the CW. Like once when the CW started introducing the Flash and Arrow, like honestly, Flash only ended at the second season for me. I didn't watch season 3, 4. I was like, because I heard like a lot of bad shit about it. And I heard Stephen Amell was like a Batman with a bow and arrow. I was like, all right. I mean, like it's just not for me. You know, I have my own style. I watched the first season of Arrow. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I think where it's at with DC on TV is the DC app with the Swamp Thing and Doom Patrol.
I heard they're killing it. Teen Titans, I saw was great.
Nick, you're a DC guy. Are you gonna be doing the streaming app?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. You know what? I haven't fired it up yet. No. You know, I'm kind of like most of the stuff on there I'd want to watch. I kind of own. You know. Right. I mean, yeah, there's a series and shit. I'm kind of intrigued by the Brendan Fraser series, but I don't know. We'll see.
There's a couple of movie sites. Well, one in particular that I got, I could send it to you, where you could just watch this shit. You know, the not so legal way, so to speak.
Yeah,
you get everything in fucking quality and shit, and it's real easy.
Right.
I try to watch that stuff, and it like buffers for like it always buffers for me, and I can't watch it.
Man, I can't say the website, man, but the website that I got now, the shit goes right the fuck on. I do it on my phone.
I think I know what website you're talking about. I have like 3 of them I use.
See, there you go. So this is a bunch of
and
shit.
then again, like I also have the Fire Stick. That thing works.
Oh yeah.
You know, it works when it wants to work, but like right now I've been using it a lot.
I just gotta say, guys, I mean, you know, just in the off chance one of my real life bosses are watching, la 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 la, I'm not hearing this shit. Sorry.
All right.
Gotcha.
It's a major conflict. That's a major conflict of interest for me.
Did we want to get to Sideshow?
Yes, because we're doing this for a fucking hour now. Big time Sideshow controversy this past week. For those that don't know, for those that do know, you guys can comment in the chat. And now is the time to ask your questions about what's been going on with Sideshow and the whole Susan debacle. So Sideshow Susan Strange is what we'll call her because that's like her professional name, has been fired from Sideshow. So I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to lay out just facts, things that I know. I'm going to try to stay as opinion neutral as possible. I am going to ask your opinions, though, the guests on the show tonight. Answer however you feel, fellas. Susan basically was let go this week from Sideshow because of some drama that went down with a gentleman by the name of John Deek. I'm not very familiar with this guy, but everyone fucking hates him in the community, and whatever, I guess a part of the community supports him. Most of the people that I've seen absolutely hate this guy. For those that don't know, he is doing their like twice a month like special reviews now. He's coming on and reviewing for them. And Susan's fiance or boyfriend or whatever he is did a live stream the other day from his Facebook group called the Mint in Seal Box, right? MISB something. I don't know. That's the name of his group or whatever. And he went live and was talking about what really went down with Susan and John and the Sideshow debacle. Apparently, according to him, to save you guys the trouble of having to go and watch this, John and John Deek, who's the new guy that everyone can't stand, right? Him and this guy Zach were friends. They went to San Diego Comic-Con together. Zach met Susan. They wound up falling in love, and they're together now. Now, the guy Zach is a YouTube reviewer. He does the same shit we do here, right? And supposedly he gets like some figures imported from Hong Kong where you can like get them early and shit. And then he reviews them and sells them or does whatever he does with them. I don't know. I'm just kind of surmising. And John D got jealous of his relationship with Susan or something, and then started like stalking. From this is what I'm just hearing, was stalking Susan on all of her like her private Instagram and Facebook and stuff, and taking like screenshots, and went to Sideshow and was like, "Here, there's a conflict of interest. You should not have this lady working for you guys or some bullshit." And they let her go. Now, to me, that smells mad fishy and makes no sense. But if anybody knows about this guy John Deek and his past and the shady shit that he's done trying to sue people from the OSR group because they didn't make him an admin, supposedly he's like a big man baby. I've never met the guy or spoken to the guy before, but and then he also was saying that there was like death threats involved, that like Susan was responsible for him getting death threats through another YouTuber, some guy named Justin or something. So between him getting these death threats and her dating this guy, which makes no sense to me at all, they fired her, and now she's basically forced to move. Apparently, she has no job, so she's moving now, and she might be moving, I guess, in with her fiance or this guy or whatever. Who knows what's going to happen there? But supposedly she has to like uproot her whole fucking life now because of this, and it's pretty much completely fractured and split the community. Here's something that I found interesting, though. So the community turned around and started bombing the Sideshow. So this guy John Deek did a review of the Sideshow of the Hot Toys John Wick figure, which had its own controversy behind it. So the fans of Susan went and started like, bombing the chat in that, like the comment section. So Sideshow started deleting comments that had anything to do with Susan, right? So they were like playing, Gestapo with their company. They can do whatever they want, but they were playing Gestapo with that. So to defend himself, apparently this guy, John Deek, went on and did his own live show. There's a lot of back and forth here, and was claiming that he had nothing to do with this, that he's not working for Sideshow now, he's not taking Susan's place and all this other bullshit. But then when people were asking him questions, he was like dancing around the questions, and then he shut the comment section off on the live section itself, and people started calling him through the Messenger app and Facebook, and people were on the chat going, "Yo, we're calling you because we know you and you need to answer for this." And he was pretending he didn't know how to like answer the phone, like answer the messaging app. And he was like, "Oh, I don't know how this works. I don't know what to do here." And then he disabled the comments of his own. So the guy's got like Weasel kind of written all over him from what I'm seeing. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that there's something rotten in the state of Denmark? What do you think about Sideshow losing Susan? We're going to start with Nick Knack.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? I just kind of stay out of this stuff too much. I didn't even know this was going on. I really didn't even know that Susan Strange. I just kind of recently learned who she was. I only saw her showing up in my Facebook feeds every now and then, and checking out the Sideshow's YouTube page every once in a while. So I don't really have a lot to say about it. I mean, just shit happens and it's kind of weird. But at the end of the day, guys, it's all about dolls. And check out this awesome figure. Isn't this awesome? That is fucking sweet. Yeah, I got the whole set this week. I reviewed them on my channel, so you should check that out. But I really don't know what to say about this. Some days I'm really glad I'm not a hot woman. I think that makes my life a lot more simpler that I look like a hobbit. And I just prefer to stay in my little hobbit hole called the Plastic Planet. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, makes sense. I mean, a lot of people, and I'm noticing in the comment section too, like it's too much drama, it's too much drama, life is too short for this type of drama. I just had to lay out everything for everybody else because obviously this was the big talk of the week. So I'm going to report on the big talk of the week. However, I think that on a personal level, I think that a company not having someone to represent them, like Susan was a good representative for them. And I'm sure she must have did something that was, not kosher with them or something. I don't know. I don't have that part of the story is missing. But she's going to be missed on my end. I think she's a cool person. I met her. She gave me one of my first interviews. It might have been my first interview that I've ever done with a semi, C-level celebrity or whatever you want to call her.
Maybe more of a D-level celebrity, I got to be honest. But,
yeah, there are people that go fucking nuts for this one. You got to remember, Sideshow has like over 100,000 followers, and you got to figure at least like 60% of them are on this girl's nutsack because she's
right.
And it's like, it's just is the way it is. It's like I'm watching people comment like, "Oh my God, Susan!" People like we should start a GoFundMe for her and stuff. I'm like, that's a little far fetched and all that. It's nice to see that there's she has a lot of support out there. I enjoyed her videos. I mean, I won one of her contests for Christ's sakes. I fucking did that Batman thing where I started buying people coffee, and she fucking sent me a Star Wars hot toy. I met her. She was mad nice to me. When I met her the following year at New York Comic Con, which is this past year, I just walked up to her and she was like, "Hey, I know you." She's like, "I recognize you." And I was like, "Yeah, we did the interview last year." And I was bullshit. She was like, "Hey, how's your kid? You have a kid, right, that you do reviews with?" And we were talking. So it was like, she's either really good at her job and she can bullshit really well. And that's why they hired her, and which I'm sure had a lot to do with it. Or she's just, a good, kind-hearted person, and it just kind of sucks to see that happen to somebody, especially if any of these fucking rumors are true, because there's a lot, and I'm talking thousands of people hate this fucking guy, this other character, John character or whatever, and how much of a fucking snake he is. I don't know. I'm just reporting what I'm seeing. Baz, what do you think? Well, Ryan, hold on. Ryan, you got something else to say?
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, yeah, it's unfortunate. You know what? What I've seen of her, though, I mean, she seems like a very talented person, and you're right. She to an extent, she was the face of the company. She'll land on her feet.
Yeah, no, I'm sure she will. That's another problem too. Is that I think that from a company standpoint, Sideshow relied so much on Susan to be their face. That there are other people that kind of do when she does the Court of the Dead stuff, she brings these other people on. I don't really know their names, and they kind of sit in with her. But they never really had how on G4 TV they had Olivia Munn and the blonde chick, or they would have other girls kind of pop in and out once in a while. This was just kind of it was like the Susan show. And when they didn't, and she was with them for 7 years, and they were doing these fucking live streams for 4 or 5 years, she became synonymous with the fucking company. So they never had anybody that was kind of going to stand in for her, or okay, Susan will do it this week, this other girl will do it the following week, or whatever they choose to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's how I feel about that. I was going to ask Baz what he thought, but he looks like he's kind of popping in and out of the chat. So I'm going to go to, the director. Man, my fucking head is spinning right now. Well, what do you think? Kenny.
Look, honestly, all right, I got one thing, because I think the last thing you said about when you were telling the story about this guy John Deek. Well, yeah, Dick. You said something like he didn't know how to answer a phone. I mean, there's a green button there, asshole. Green means go and red means no. I mean, honestly, man, look. If people you said there's thousands of people that don't like this guy, right?
Yeah.
All right, I look at it this way. Oh, fuck, wow, I'm an idiot. I forgot what the saying was. But anyways, if there's like a bunch of people bashing this guy and there's less people bashing her, and honestly, I've seen videos, I've seen interviews with this girl Susan. She seems like a really nice girl, but then again, you said something about, she's very good at bullshitting. We don't know. We don't know what goes on in people's heads, their minds. But hey, man, if it's all about this guy John Deek, who got fired over bullshit, it's fucked up. I mean,
But the truth of the matter is, what it boils down to is that like anybody could pretty much do like what we're doing right now too, right? So if Red Cup Review just goes belly up tomorrow, and I'm like, fuck it, guys, sorry, Nick Nack, nice knowing you, we're not doing this no more. Everybody in the chat is going to be like, that joins me every week here, joins all of us every week here. I'll be like, oh, that's fucked up. But then they're just going to move on. After a time, we move on. That's what we do as people. We grow and we move on. So, yeah, this isn't going to cripple the community. And in 2 weeks, people are just going to fucking forget about this because that's just how the world works nowadays. It's in today, gone tomorrow. But,
and then again, you have the people, the pieces of shit that make up rumors that aren't true at all. You have one side of the story, then you have the other side of the story. Which one of those are true? Then you have the people in the back that are making up stories. You know what I mean? It's like, I have a theory that, it's some bullshit shit. I mean, who knows? We might even see her work for another company like Hasbro or Mattel. You never know. We got two people in the chat right now that are giving very, very opposite opinions right now, and I think it's pretty interesting. You have Robert Jostafan saying Susan was hella cool, true, but some reviewers can become kind of like family, and then he says, I'll stick with Nick Nack and Red Cup, so we appreciate that, obviously. And then CM Brock writes, I guess, but I never attach myself to people I've never met face to face, which is interesting because and this is what attracted me to the Plastic Planet initially, and that was you're showing your face and you're not just sticking to the collectible. So when I go to watch Nick Nack shows, it's like the Nick Nack show, and it just so happens to have collectibles, So, and I've noticed that ever since my last 2 Mezco reviews that I did was focusing just on the figure. I didn't go in the video at all. It was just the figure, and I got thousands of watches. And I got tons of way more comments than I ever have. You're a great review. This is great, 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 great. Not just from the regular guys trying to help me out, like Nick Nack and Baz and stuff. But I'm noticing that a group of people just don't give a fuck about you. They just want to see the toy, right? But I think that if people are going to come back and want to come back, and like Rob's saying in the chat, to become part of the family, you feel like you're like with that person. It becomes more of an intimate setting. I think that's what Sideshow was doing with Susan, which is why I feel as though that there's a there's a connection there. That okay, she's just replaceable. Fuck it, get her out. We're only here for the toys anyway. And I get that. I understand. We're all replaceable. But at the same time, because of the live shows and because she ran Spooktacular and all that other bullshit, and because it's been going on for so many years, people that have watched this and that do come back time after time, like I've had even Thor, and I'm sure he was just breaking my balls, PJ, but I have had Thor be like, "Yo, I fucking I go to turn on Sunday after work when I come home from work, and where the fuck is my Red Cup? I want to see my Red Cup live show." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, I didn't do it last night. I had the communion." Or, "Oh, dude, I didn't do it last night because I was out at a Kiss concert." And he's like, "Yo, fuck that. I want my Red Cup, bro." So I guess at some point to certain people, it becomes more of a community because nowadays, and the other guy mentioned something pretty interesting too. We don't meet face to face. So we've never really shook hands or sat down and had broke bread together literally at a table and ate. And I've never invited PJ over to meet my wife, and Ryan's never come over with his kids to hang out with Gracie.
How dare you?
But my point is that even I think nowadays day and age, this is like the new. We said this in some of the first Red Cups. Baz brought this up. This is like the fucking new version of Cheers. We meet on Saturday nights and we bullshit about the shit we like because we're not going to fucking bars anymore.
No, thanks. I got the Cheers theme song in my head now.
I'm the only one that's been drinking beer this whole time, but yeah, I like the analogy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chime in real quick. I don't want to get too involved. Obviously, there's too much drama, like, and it's like a shitstorm, and I don't want to be part of a shitstorm. I want to be part of a golden shower. But anyway, just uh, but anyway, so I feel bad for Susan. You know, it's such a, or I feel bad for anybody that loses their job in this day and age where, yeah, it's hard. It's everything's going. The price of everything's going up. The cost of living is going up just to get by. Some people are, living paycheck to paycheck, and it's hard to see someone, especially that you are familiar with, lose their job. But obviously there has to be a good reason. I don't think Sideshow is that cruel enough to just go, okay, bye. Thank you, bye bye. I'm sure they had their reasons, whatever they are. But hopefully, she could bounce back, and hopefully we see her in another company. Hopefully, like maybe, I don't know, a Prime one or Hot Toys or Hasbro, whatever. She's good at what she does. She loves the pop culture stuff, and I'm sure we will see her somewhere down the line if working for another company. And as long as we see her happy, everyone's gonna go back to going back to somewhat of a normalcy, right? It's just like Olivia Munn when she left G4 TV. It was kind of like, okay, what the heck? But they just hired more hot girls.
No,
they hired Playboy Playmate.
Got fired. It's a big difference. She left to go venture onto bigger and better things.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying it's one of those. Is like, you watch G4 TV. I'm not comparing like fired over leaving. I'm comparing more like when someone just kind of moves on, whatever the reason is, and they put someone there. I'm sure it'll go back to normalcy. When they replaced like G4 TV, when they replaced it with Candace, what's that? Sarah Underwood. She was hot and she was cool. She was funny, and people still watched it. So you're gonna get that. And like I said,
a lot of people say shit like, "Oh, we're boycotting Sideshow. We're not gonna buy." That's a whole bunch of bullshit. Like, Sideshow's too big, and they got the fucking monopoly on Hot Toys specifically, as far as imported into the U.S. Go buy from anybody, you're still buying from Sideshow.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, PG. I'm sorry.
How dare you? But just real quick, I'm just gonna close it out. I mean, whatever it is, whatever the reason, what Kenny said, we don't know the details. We don't know the facts. We just wish the best for Susan, and that's basically what it comes down for me. She is a sweet girl. I met her a couple times, and she was always awesome, very approachable. She actually got me into collecting Sideshow stuff because, I don't know, I was in San Diego Comic-Con and I'm like walking past and I see this pretty girl like, talk about statues and collectibles. I was like, whoa, wait, what? And then that's when I like got into looking. Of course, it's like one of those things. Like you go to like a local store, grocery store, and there's this like hot chick like giving out like brand new water bottle company that's just and you're like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's $5. Sure, I'll buy it. Yeah. So that's how it was for me when I saw Sideshow's booth at San Diego Comic-Con. I saw Susan, and I thank her for getting me into this very expensive hobby, and I wish her the best of luck with everything.
Baz, what do you think of this whole thing?
I don't even give a shit anymore.
Nice. I love it. Wait, Knick-Knack, you were gonna say something. I'm sorry if
No, I didn't want to step on Baz there. Baz hadn't gotten his 2 cents in. And of course, his 2 cents was pretty much 2 cents. I just want to say, outside of this whole like drama thing, which I don't really know anything about, I don't even feel comfortable commenting on it because I don't know shit about what's going on. Have you guys noticed, and maybe it's just me, and I mentioned this in some of my videos too. When I started first doing business with Sideshow, and I don't want to turn this into a Sideshow bash or anything like that. But when I first started doing business with Sideshow, and my as a customer, I go back, like I mentioned earlier in the stream here, I go back with Sideshow like the year 2006. Like that was when I first got my first Sideshow piece. And if you look at, if I were to pull up my history, my inventory of everything I bought from them, I mean, it's several pages deep. But if you guys noticed, like in the last couple of years, just sort of Sideshow's kind of gone downhill. Like as far as like how it addresses its customers. I mean, like I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, and I mentioned this in my own videos. When I was like calling in regards to my premium format Bespin Luke Skywalker I purchased just recently, dudes, they had me on hold for 90 minutes once. I mean, and it's horrible being on hold because they keep playing the John Williams Star Wars song.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I love that fucking song, but after about the 800th time, it's like you're just ruining it, man. I mean, just play some generic elevator music for Christ's sake. But
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like as a company, and I know some bad things have happened. I know that Sideshow's headquarters was sort of in the way of those wildfires that really like just tore up Southern California last year. So I mean, I don't want to totally bury them or anything because I know that there's been other extreme, outside circumstances. But it just feels like to me like the customer service, when you pre-order an item. I mean, like I still have it took me from the time I pre-ordered that premium format Luke Skywalker statue, the Bespin one. I did that before I even started a YouTube channel, and it was like 4 months before I even gave birth and concocted the Plastic Planet. I just was a collector then, and I ordered it, and I didn't get it till 2 months ago. So literally, it was like in the hopper for me, and I was making payments on it the whole time because I flex paid it. And so literally Sideshow was hanging on to my flex pays while they continually, delayed this item. And it was like, holy shit. I mean, I ought to be charging these motherfuckers for interest at this point. No company can get away with doing that. They have my money. They had my money. They had like $500 of my money in their pockets for a year. And I didn't see a dime of interest. And I waited 90 minutes on the phone to tell them that. And to their credit, they gave me free shipping. Ooh, well, I guess that's like $20, but still. I just, and another item I've been waiting on, I ordered the Justice League Batman, and that thing's been delayed 6 times. Now, granted, I'm kind of glad it's been delayed a few times because I haven't.
Which one? The Hot Toys?
Yeah, the Hot Toys, the standard Justice League Batman, not the tactical one, but the standard one.
Yeah, actually.
Been on that one for months and months.
Well, that's hot. Well, first of all, that's Hot Toys, and actually,
True.
But here, good news, man. Rumor is it should be releasing next week.
Well, that's great.
So it'll be like a month or
Since fucking the Paradox nerd over here is the fucking keeper of all things Hot Toys knowledge. The fuck is my Superman figure coming out? Those son of a bitches.
Oh yeah, no, that I heard that was probably going to follow right after. They're doing like
I just was going to say the crux of my whole tirade there is just kind of throwing this out there to everybody. Have you guys noticed? This is just me. Maybe it's just I've just had a couple isolated, anecdotal bad experiences with Sideshow. But have you guys noticed sort of like because like to me, Sideshow Collectibles at one point was like, I mean, they were the best company I ever dealt with. Period. End of story. I mean, I'm not talking about just like action figures. I'm talking about period. And now it's like, well, it's just like dealing with the utility company. They're all a bunch of assholes. Have you guys noticed that?
No, yeah. Knick-knack, I'm with you. Yeah, well, Comcast is the worst. But anyway, besides that,
oh God,
don't get me started. And Dell's customers. If you guys want to just almost commit suicide, I would suggest you go and call Dell's technical support. And you'll be bounced back and forth like a.
My name is Jason. How can I help you? I'm in Iowa, right?
Oh no, this is even worse. I was bounced around.
That's kind of racist. But
how dare you?
How
dare you? Not yeah. So for Dell's customer support service, oh my gosh, 3 hours back and forth everywhere. Oh, hold on, let me transfer you to the right department. Boom. And that was for 3 hours. Anyway, going back to Sideshow, yes, there has been a little, a big dip or little dip, depending on in how your interaction is with them. For me, like last week, I finished paying off Rogue's Sideshow Rogue's statue. Right, they gave me an early processing payment last Friday, so I could purchase the statue right there and then and get it early. Right, so that was last Friday. I purchased it, and I noticed everyone had the same email, and their statue shipped that same day. Okay, so mine didn't ship. So I'm like, what the? Okay, I got the email. I paid it. They charged me. They took my money. They didn't ship it.
That's a page right out of fucking Mezco's book, by the way.
So I called Tuesday, and the first lady I spoke to, she sounded like a robot. She was like reading a script. We have a certain amount of things that we have to put in the truck, and once that truck is filled, it's your thing is not going to be shipped. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but my other friend who just ordered the statue 2 days ago got their shipping notice. I ordered mine 3 weeks ago or a month ago.
You should think it would be like processed in order of
Yes, because whenever it comes to Hot Toys, they come in batches now, and they go by whoever ordered their figures first or doesn't have a payment plan and has like the one-time payment.
Right.
So make up your mind. Either you're processing it through like whoever ordered first, like first come first serve, or a randomizer. Because she was telling me that they just kind of randomized it to make it fair. And how's that fair? So Rob, if you ordered a figure 2 days ago and get yours before me, which I ordered like months ago, how's that fair?
That's bullshit.
It is. So I was really heated. I mean, I tried to hold back. Thank God I was talking to one of my favorite customer service rep, because after the first call, I hung up and called back again, and I got her. I mean, thank goodness she was sweet.
I've had no problem dealing with Sideshow with their live chats. I seem to get a better when I do that chat thing where it's like talk now to a person and like forth with them, which I hate fucking typing. I don't even like texting.
Yeah, me too.
But, I'd rather just talk to somebody, but I've noticed that when I do that, the shit gets solved like instantly.
I know it's the opposite for me. Like I feel like if I talk to the person, they kind of like, okay, hold on, we'll work something out. But I don't know. It's been I don't know. The way they do things now just doesn't make any sense. I feel like for the past couple months they've been just dealing with a lot of drama. With Susan leaving, Prime One. They're not distributing their statues anymore. They kind of separated their partnership. What's next?
They had something that went on with their website, with their fucking website, like they were supposed to update it or something, and it fucked the whole website up.
Yeah, they destroyed the whole website. I felt like they should have did it. I don't know if they were smart enough. They should have did it in after hours. Like, I'm sorry, do a midnight shift. A lot of us has done midnight shifts, and just do it where people are not. I mean, I know it's worldwide, but I feel that most of their customers are from the U.S. So,
right,
yeah, just a lot of things is going on with Sideshow. I like them. Hopefully, they shape up or ship out.
We got news. I got news for everybody here. You want to still collect fucking premium format statues and Hot Toys and all that other bullshit, with the exception of for the most part, I would say, Paradox. We're stuck with these guys. So whether you order from Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, fucking Time Walker Toys, your local comic shop, it's Sideshow.
Yeah, they're Sideshow. But I feel that with Prime One breaking loose from them, and because Prime One is trying to make their own warehouse here in the States,
right? So I mean, they do great statues. Their shit is, I mean, like they better do great statues for the fucking prices they're charging, and they're huge. Sideshow though still has a variety. They're like they're a candy store. They have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now, Prime One if the statues are the hot shit right now, and everyone's gonna go do the Prime One stuff, that's fine. But you want Hot Toys, the 6-scale figures, which is weird too, because I've noticed that Sideshow hasn't put out a 6-scale figure in a while, as far as like their cult classics.
Oh, thank God! Because have you seen them?
I've been hearing nothing but good things from the Batman figure. I don't have it. I have no reason to collect those figures, but I like the Jack Burton. I was happy with that. No one else is making a fucking Jack Burton, and I love that movie, so I was in with that.
Hey Rob, did Did Sideshow make the Snake Plissken or?
Yes, Sideshow made Snake Plissken, and I thought it was a great figure. What I did was the head sculpt itself. It was just the paint that was an issue, and I actually paid to have the head repainted. I paid like $100 for a guy in the city to repaint the head, and
Awesome.
he repositioned the eyes for me, and now it looks like a lot more like Kurt Russell does. I mean, it's still not a fucking Hot Toys level, but you know, then again, the figure was only like $200 back then. It wasn't like they're trying to charge fucking Hot Toy prices now.
Yeah, see, and that's my problem is that if you're gonna charge Hot Toys prices, your game better be like on point, man. Some of the figures that they're releasing, they're. I mean, I remember I bought that Darth Maul that Sideshow Darth Maul, and I think when I bought it was like $250.
Yeah,
and I'm like, and I got it. Look, the head sculpt was great, but then I'm like, okay, the lightsaber's warped. The figure itself is like loose as loose can be, you know.
Body was all loose and shit.
Yeah, you could it's like a Barbie doll. But yeah, I don't know. I think Sideshow needs to kind of start shaping up. They've been having a lot of bad rep recently. Hopefully, they could do some major, you know.
Well, look, I don't want to. I'm going to start winding this down, but I wanted to mention this before we go, and I'm going to leave the guys in the chat with this thought as well. Again, harkening back to Big Chief Studios, there was a picture that they put out today on their Facebook page that was pretty fucking awesome. It had the Flash Gordon and Ming. It had Baz's favorite Doctor Who. It had, who else was in that photo?
I'm a misogynist.
It had the Doctor Knows, the James Bond Doctor No and Doctor No from that movie, and it had Laurel and Hardy, and I thought the Laurel and Hardy figures looked fucking awesome.
Doctor No means no.
Did anybody else see that photo?
No.
I didn't.
No.
I saw it.
No.
All right, well, I shared that shit on the fucking official Red Cup review page, so you assholes should go check that shit out because it looks fucking dope, yo.
Yeah, but really, are you gonna buy it? Yo, Laurel and Hardy looks good, but are you gonna buy a Laurel and Hardy?
No. I'll tell you what, I'm happy that a company has the fucking balls to do that type of shit because I like looking at different stuff. I mean, how many more fucking Batmans am I gonna look at? You know, like it's cool. But I just want to see companies having the balls to go and do different things and offer.
I want a legit Bill the Butcher.
What I would get,
From Gangs in New York, that dude.
Is that if they're going to do a Laurel and Hardy, I would seriously give thought to getting an Abbott and Costello in their basement from the Who's on First. I think that would be.
Oh my God.
I mean, if someone makes Buddy Lemback from Charles in Charge, I'm on it like white and rice. Okay.
You fucking guys.
What about Barney Fife from Andy Griffith Show?
Baz was talking all this shit on the phone earlier today. Don't let him fool you about how fucking cool it looked. Now he wants to.
I just said it looked good. That's it. I didn't really freaking go into it.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Can I?
I want to Buck Rogers.
Yeah, that'd be cool too, guys. Anything? Because we're gonna sign this off soon.
Rambo trailer. Who saw the Rambo trailer?
Oh man, honestly, man, what is the next one? Is he going to be in a retirement home in a wheelchair and have mini Gatling guns on them or something?
That's what it looks like.
Some guy said that Rambo's going full Kevin McAllister in this last trailer.
It is, honestly, yeah, for real.
Look, honestly, like it's good that he's still doing movies, but it's like you got to know when to end the fucking story. I think the last Rambo that came out was badass. At the end of the story, the guy went home. He was at peace. No one messed with him. He was at home. I think he was with his father in the last one at the ending.
His father was still alive? Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. Like, honestly, I thought the sixth Rocky Balboa was a really good ending. But Creed 2 was a really good ending as well.
Yeah.
And I hope that they stop at Creed 2. Instead of making a Creed 3, and he goes against Mr. T's son.
No. Everybody got to be the son of the guy from the fucking 80s or something.
It's like, honestly, like, and the way how Creed 2 ended, it basically ended it ended everything from part 1. It tied up all the loose ends. I don't know why the fuck they killed Paulie off in Creed 1. They just
Did-
said, "Oh yeah, he's dead."
You know what?
They just-
What happened to
Just
the
say this,
robot? What happened to the robot from Rocky Four,
I
man?
want to know that too. Yeah, but let me just say this, guys. You know, as you get older, you know, I might be. I don't know how old Baz is. Baz, you kind of look like a bit of a silver fox there yourself. But
I'm 40.
you know,
I'll be 46.
oh, you're older than me then, but not by much. You know, I'll be 40. I'll be 44 this year. But look, you know, as you get older in life, you kind of just start appreciating things more than you would have before. I mean, like for instance, like you know, like when 20 years ago, I don't even know if they had those ads 20 years ago, but you know what? Whenever I watch like an ED commercial on TV, I truly do appreciate the trophy wife in those commercials now. You know, you know, it's like your taste kind of change. You get more refined. You know, and you know what, seeing old grizzled Sly on screen, you know what? Fuck, I'm there, guys. I'm there. It's all good, man. You know, I'm glad. It's inspiring to me being a guy who's kind of crested the top of the hill. And if I'm being real to myself, I probably have, you know, less days in front of me than I do behind me. And if I'm being real, I probably do. I'm probably not going to live to be 90 or whatever, you know. But I mean, I just like to see senior citizens kicking ass because it gives me hope that I'm not going to be invalid wearing Depends diapers and pissing myself in 20 years. So I'm all about it.
It looks like he's taking on like a Mexican cartel too. So
That's
on the drug cartels. You know what? You know, I think I'm the only guy here that can say this because I'm the only guy that's in the Western United States here. And you know what? If you do settle down at your home in Arizona, you don't know when those motherfuckers are showing up. So it's totally realistic, guys. Completely realistic.
Look, don't be surprised if they make another Dirty Harry and Clint Eastwood comes back and is like in 100 years old. Yeah, I would not be.
Yeah,
honestly,
Indiana Jones will be out in 2 years, and that's
make my day.
oh my god, Jesus, man. Oh, I want to throw something out there. Whoever's watching the show, for my movie, I have an Instagram account. It's at the _ kid 2_ official. If you want, you could private message me on Facebook. My name is Kenny Beeler, Behler. If you want to check out the movie, ask me some questions. Please. Huh?
What's your Instagram?
At the kid. Wait, at _ the kid. Then you got to add another 2_ official.
Oh, okay, I see it. It came up right away.
All right, cool. Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. If you guys got any questions, thoughts, whatever, just please hit me up. I'm always down to talk to some upcoming fans or whatever.
Yeah,
What's the projected release date for the movie?
Sorry.
What's the projected release date for the movie?
All right. Well, now that I'm finally gonna get some time on it, you know, because now the summer's coming and I just finished filming. So, yeah. Well, before we were on the show, I was talking to Baz and Rob. Me and my friend Derek, he's like the master editor on this thing. Shout out to my boy Derek. And my boy Brad, who I mentioned before. So me and my friend Derek, we banged out about, I'd say, an hour and 5 minutes of editing. Like that's like an hour and 5 minutes of the movie done.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, and the movie is projected to be, I'd say, 2 hours and 20 minutes, or maybe a little longer or a little less.
Is this a student film?
No, like for school?
Yeah.
No, this is something I've always wanted to do. Like, you know, yeah, because we don't really get much freedom in school. You know, we have to do their projects.
All right.
So I said, screw it. And so with the projected release date, June 20th or before June 20th. So coming soon.
So what kind of platforms have you negotiated for this, if any, to release on?
Honestly, look, because I got to talk to some people about that. I'm actually supposed to be on the phone with someone tonight. They can put it on Vimeo or on something like that. They can air it on some website or app. I have no idea. But I was just thinking about just throwing it on YouTube or and putting it out on Facebook, sending out clips and stuff. And I have a friend who can burn DVDs and make a couple of copies or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I have a lot of stories about it. It's a pain in the ass. I had about an hour and 45 minutes of the movie done, edited in my school, and then some prick deleted it. Deleted the whole edit. Okay. Now, and I thought they deleted all the footage too. I was like, so what I did was I went onto the computer and there's this file called The Unknown. I mean, it's a folder, which is weird. I found all my footage. I was like, thank God. Hey, at least I lost the edit, not the fucking footage. Because once you lose the footage, you're done. If you want to reshoot, good luck. It's hard to be a film student, film major. I'm acting in it. I wrote the story and I'm directing it. It's a hard process. It's a pain in the ass. I had a crew with me. They weren't really much of a crew. They were like, one of them had to do an internship. I was like, hey, you know what? Make that money, whatever. It's fine. I had to get someone else. They were like, oh yeah, I'll help you. And they're like, oh, can you help me with something? Me being a nice guy, I was like, yeah, sure. Hey, I need your help with something. Ah, man, I can't. I'm like, fuck you. So, and then recently they were like, oh man, hey, your stuff's looking great. Do you need help with anything? I said, yeah, you can go wash my ass.
How soon do you think you'd have screeners for this?
Huh?
How soon do you think you'd have screeners available? Screeners available of your film?
June 20th. June 20th or before June 20th. I don't
Okay.
Because look,
Okay.
it's all on the editing because
Yeah.
Well,
we'll talk after. We can talk after the show. I have connections. I can't promise anything, but I have connections.
No. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I promise zero. I mean, literally nothing, but I know people. Not to make myself sound important. I'm not important, but I know people. I get people hitting me up to buy films on my LinkedIn page every day. So I'm not every day, but a couple times a month.
Look, you're important to your fans, yeah, and they love you.
It's not even related to YouTube. It's different, but we'll talk after the show.
All right, cool. And for those that are watching, I'm gonna give you. Oh wait, did I already give out the? Yeah, I did give out the story. Whatever. But look, it's full of action, comedy, drama. Takes place in a school, very gritty. It's all original. I'm dedicating it to a lot of people, that were in my life or either inspirations. I have a little Stan Lee thing in there and Jack Kirby thing in there. But the main thing, I'm dedicating it to my brother that sadly passed away a couple of years back. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. And I am currently writing the second one with my friend. So that's it.
Nice.
Oh, awesome, man.
Awesome, man.
Fucking awesome shit. Guys, anything else going on quick before we shut this freaking freak show down?
I got shameless plug. I got my John Wick coming in. Should be a couple days.
The fuck do you have room for all this shit?
I make room. I put them around like my kids' room, the bathroom.
Wow, you're like my Uncle Bobby.
My
uncle Bobby has shit in his kitchen drawers and whatever. I'm just like, dude, it's like everywhere I go, he has shit inside the toilet. Like, oh
yeah.
my God.
Yeah, I don't know. I just find room.
Rob just a fan is saying Swamp Thing. So Baz, give me like a minute on Swamp Thing before we go.
Swamp Thing. It's just it establishes the story, the characters, the setting. There's a really cool action sequence in the middle of the first episode that's very reminiscent of The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. So it's
nice.
a lot of like body horror. The special effects are great. It looks like a feature film basically, and it ends leaving you wanting more.
Awesome.
So it was well done.
I'm probably gonna watch it after tonight's show.
Yeah, it's
on my end. I just finished watching Cobra Kai, which was season 2, which probably had the best fucking ending to any TV show I've ever seen.
I'm still on season 1.
That fucking show is so goddamn good, man.
so good, man. Both seasons are excellent.
Oh, like it's a shame we're getting to this now at this point because I could have talked fucking like really passionately about this. And okay, so Rob just a fan once again says, "Was it good? Did you like it?" So your thumbs up on Swamp Thing, Baz?
Oh, thumbs up, yeah. And guys, if you haven't read the Alan Moore's run on Swamp Thing, and you're really missing out, it's like one of the best runs I've ever read.
I
This is on the DC streaming service, right?
Yeah, you can read it there.
All right, man. You know what? I'm probably gonna go do that tonight, dude. I need something good to watch after I watch the Rockies game, and I'll probably fire that up. So
Check out Doom Patrol too, man. The whole season is on there.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna freaking do it.
The Titans was great. Yeah, the Cobra Kai I can't fucking recommend enough, man. The ending to that second season was fucking unbelievable, man. I think a few weeks ago we were talking about Star Wars, and Nick Neck had mentioned like the best way to take something from the 80s and bring it back, or something like to like we were talking about Star Wars and how you take an old property and modernize it. And these guys, man, what they did with this fucking story was just great.
Yo, would you say like 4 stars? Easy, right? 4 stars. Like,
oh yeah, man, it's my favorite fucking show on TV right now.
Yeah.
It's not even like, I talk about this, and I was trying to tell him, and he's like, "Really, the Karate Kid, her," and I was like, "Don't fucking her." I was like, the other guy that we work with that happens to be a fucking drug dealer was giving me the same bullshit. Then he went and watched it, and he couldn't stop watching the fucking show, you know. So tuck your fucking balls back and go watch this show because it's awesome.
Damn.
Oh shit! I feel like they do that a lot with what do you call it? Stuff from the 80s, and then they modernize it like what they did with the Halloween movie, the new one that they just What'd you think of it?
It was all right.
it's okay.
Unpopular opinion. I'm not a Halloween fan. I didn't really like those movies. I like the the Rob Zombie versions, and I know it's like super blasphemous, but I just like. If I want to watch a horror movie, I'm like not really there for the suspense. I'm there for seeing people get their heads crushed and shit. And
Right.
Rob Zombie does that well.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, like they're doing that pretty well because I saw like a lot of articles, reviews in that movie. I liked it, but it was like I didn't like some of the shit that they did with the movie, like the thing with the doctor. Thing with the doctor putting on the mask. I was like, really? You're taking away what's Michael Myers.
Yeah.
And I forgot what else they're doing. Oh, Terminator. What's up with that? What do you guys?
I don't know. I'm not gonna comment on this because I turned it off halfway through the trailer.
Oh boy.
What?
It's the Feminator.
Honestly, check this out. I heard that Arnold's playing the human model of the Terminator. Like he's not playing the Terminator. This is just what I heard.
The Terminator's on.
Yeah, like because I was watching T2 the other day. Amazing movie. Like because honestly, man, I feel like I picked these up a while back. Oh shit! First Appearance of Doomsday.
Nice.
And Death of Jason Todd.
Nice. Hold on a second. I feel like I'm all over the fucking place. Weren't we just talking about Terminator?
I know.
Oh yeah, wait. So Arnold is playing a human, right? So he's playing like who they based his looks on.
Hey guys, I gotta go. Okay. So all right, guys, it was a pleasure.
Later, people.
All right, guys, have a good night. Nice meeting you, Kenny.
Nice meeting you, man.
All right, Rob, thanks for having me again. All right,
take care, PJ.
Later.
Talk soon, PJ.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the new X-Men movie that Bagley wrote. A new X-Men movie with Jean Grey, whatever. Until fucking Marvel gets the X-Men back, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, honestly, man, I think.
No, I'm not trying to insult and sound better than that, but I just don't give a fuck about non-Marvel.
Yeah, honestly, man, it's. I think besides Logan, I think the last good X-Men movie, like to me, was Days of Future Past.
Yeah, that was excellent, though. I mean, It wasn't just good. I thought it was excellent.
Yeah.
And Quicksilver is like one of my favorite new characters.
I know. Honestly,
Yeah,
wasn't the kid in the Avengers? He played Kick-Ass.
yeah.
That Quicksilver. Like,
Yeah.
which was, I mean, because I don't know, I never really followed that character. Which was more comic accurate, his Quicksilver or the other Quicksilver?
The Avengers one,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like he was too
Quicksilver's
boring.
not that fast. They made him faster than fucking Flash in that movie, and it was like,
Oh my god, that was so bad. That was so bad.
I'm getting a live call from the missus. Hello.
Yeah, but no, I'm down to see the next X-Men. I thought the first X-Men kind of like was revolutionary at the time for comic book movies in the year 2000.
Oh, dude, I passed.
Yeah.
When I was in Pat's basement, I still have this. I still have the Sabretooth and Wolverine that you gave me.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah,
when did I
man.
give those two to you? How long?
Damn,
10 years ago?
Yeah, that was the I think like at least 2-3 days after Sandy.
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
gentlemen, we're closing it down.
Oh shit.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
Oh, the missus. No, the missus is closing it down.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah.
Kids and shit. We gotta put the kids to bed. And if I want to have a fucking a night with my wife, I gotta get this wrapped up. Everyone, thanks for watching. We're obviously going to be back on again next week. Love all you guys in the chat. It was great having Kenny on. He'll probably be back on again. Knick-Knack, thanks for joining us again. For the two of you guys to talk, I'm going to shut the broadcast down. You guys can talk to each other real quick, but again, we got to wrap this up. So love you guys in the chat. Thanks for watching. Peace. And whatever, go fucking give this video a like and a share or something, and subscribe to the Red Cup Review and to Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet. We will see you on the next episode. Peace.
Take care, guys.
Take care.